Hey guys, this is Amber, my co-host Kelly, and welcome to the final episode of the year for the Brown Girls Guide.
Hi guys, yes, welcome to episode 12 of season 3. We did three seasons this year.
3 whole seasons.
And this is the final one, and we are excited to wrap it up, not because we want to let it go, but because we couldn't have thought that we would. At the beginning of the year, we didn't think we would have done like 3 seasons.
Yeah.
But here we are.
And just for some context, we were both thinking, it was like, okay, me more than you, Kelly, but like I have bags under my eyes. This year, especially this month, has been the busiest ever. But this is actually a great time to just sit and reflect on what we've done this year, like both podcast-wise and like personally, and what we're going to do next year.
100%. So to kick it off, Amber, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
What was one of your favorite episodes that we did this year?
The Mel Jones one. I just loved talking to her. I thought she was so hilarious. That was, I think, our longest episode?
Yeah.
Possibly. Yeah, our longest episode. She was just so authentic. She was so, open to just sharing everything and anything with us. And the other episode I really enjoyed was the one with Camille and Amanda, where we had that intergenerational chat about how we grew up and the lessons we learned. Those two stand out for me. What were your faves?
100% the Mel Jones one. I really enjoyed it. It was just so funny and it was so informative and I think inspiring in its own way as well. It was the only episode that we ever released that was unedited.
Yeah.
We didn't actually go in and cut anything out or shorten it in any way.
Yeah.
And then I think one of my other faves was it was one of our first, it was the interview with the Conversations with Women of Color hosts.
Tanusha and Megan.
Yes. So I like that one especially because of who they are, obviously, but also because it was our first interview that we did.
Yes.
And it really sort of helped us in our next step, our next thing in this podcast, basically.
For sure. Oh, and I love the one with Brown and also with Queen of Josie. That was so funny.
Yeah.
Just talking about the colored stereotypes, that was also really
fun.
Yeah.
Obviously, a big one for us
the
accent bias one. That was one of the biggest ones in terms of just the popularity of it and how much it resonated with everyone, I think.
Yeah.
We didn't realize how much that would resonate. But I suppose, looking back, it's not surprising how much it resonated with everyone because everyone that's colored has gone through something similar. So that was the highlights for in terms of our favorite episodes. But in terms of your personal life, what have been the highlights? What has this year been like for you, Amber?
How long do we have?
Yeah.
No, I'm joking. This year I actually had so much fun this year. It was definitely a very challenging year, career-wise, but I think it was a good year for growth. Personal life, I don't think much really changed with me besides my one resolution that I was working on, which was money. We spoke about that. But nothing else really changed significantly. I'm just thinking about the episode we recorded a year ago today, and me speaking about dating, and literally nothing has changed. I was so in the messy boat of dating, guys. The puddle just got even more shallow this year. But I mean, we move. So I think the only notable thing I can talk about really is just how much we've done podcasts. I consider podcasts under the career thing.
Yeah.
At this point, I think we've done much more than we thought we would do.
I think so too.
I think I got a real skrik when the Tussenroons thing happened. I was like, okay, so this is a thing that we're doing.
Yeah.
This is legit now. So yeah, that was really the biggest thing for me this year. Is I didn't expect to really learn and grow so much career-wise, which was a nice learning curve actually. And how was your 2021?
I think career-wise, in terms of the podcast, I really enjoyed it, and just like you said, there was a lot of growth that happened there. I got back into sound editing, which I haven't done since I studied, and just learning various things as a result of this podcast, learning new things was great. I'm going to admit, and I think it's fun because I don't think our bosses listen to this, but I don't feel like I grew much in my 9-to-5 job this year. I did get a promotion at the beginning of the year, but there's not much in terms of like my day-to-day duties that have changed.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like I grew much in that regard, and that's fine. I got new clients, and as a
You
result,
did a great course.
I did do a great course. Actually,
Yeah.
I did do a good course, which was great. But in terms of like my day-to-day like job, I don't feel like there was much growth, and that's also on me. I mean, I can.
And I mean, it's also fine. Like, not everything must be like.
Yeah, and not every year.
Not every year's a girl boss here.
Yeah,
No one has a girl
exactly.
boss all the time. Sometimes it's nice
Exactly.
to have like just stability and just be content
Yeah,
with what you do.
and last year I felt was a big year in terms of growth for me in my career. I felt like I really got into who I was and like what I am in my career, as is a better way of putting it. And I feel like this year was more just like settling into that. And I think because this year wasn't a big like growth year, I feel like next year could be. But also we work at a company where if we feel like we want to do something new, we can actually put up our hand and be like, hey, I feel like I want to do something new.
Yeah.
Or we want like additional things or a bigger challenge. And so I will look into that a bit more next year, perhaps. Yeah, so looking forward to next year.
What do you? I'm like jumping around now. Sorry,
That's
but
fine.
just I'm thinking about our episodes this year. Like more are coming to mind. Like the one with your cousin Nikki was just so funny as well. Like we spoke about health, which is important, but I mean it was just so funny as well, talking about the things that were kind of like taboo in our families.
Yeah.
What are some of the interviews you think you'd like to do next year? Like the kind of people you want to interview.
Oh, very good question. Next year, I'm very keen on interviewing our mothers. I think I've told you this before.
Yes, yeah.
So, I'm very keen on interviewing our mothers in particular, just because it would be interesting to hear how they feel about the world now and the women that we've become, and like how it must have been like super scary for them then, but also how they like. I know that if we were younger now, it would be difficult. Like it's difficult to raise girls now. It was difficult to raise girls then, I guess. But society today is just so messed up, and
we're
so
in like a tricky. I think we're in a tricky place of like our like age group generation, like just not caring and just breaking molds, and our older generation trying to adapt and sound a bit sticky. So it's a weird time to raise. Well, we've been raised, but I mean that was a tough time to raise girls because we started speaking up more, I think, than our parents would have.
And I think just between my sister and I started not speaking up more, but like, and not even like flouting the rules. It was just like I asked for permission less, I think, than my sister did, and we're only a year and a half apart. So I would go out, and I wouldn't. There used to be a curfew, but like as I got older, I was just like I would go out and I'll be like, I'll be home at 1 o'clock. And so it was more, like I asked for permission less, and I think I just want to hear more about, I don't know, their thoughts and stuff. But I also think in the new year I'd love to interview more. I'd love to interview more girl bosses. And obviously women of color. Just because I think building a business in today's like day and age is very tough, and it will be interesting to know struggles, and I think also because we are on that path.
Yeah. So more for ourselves and people who are listening.
What are you looking forward to?
I would love to interview more queer people. I think because we had Anika on here, and I think that was great, and they were awesome. But I'd love to have more queer people on as much as we can, even if we have queer bosses like that have started their own businesses.
That's awesome. That's a great idea.
And then I would really love to chat to someone like mental health wise, even if it could, mental health is a huge umbrella, but I mean maybe something like unlearning the way we were raised in terms of how we conduct ourselves in social spaces, because things have changed. Our parents obviously raised us to the best of their ability, but sometimes when we learn those things, it can limit us in like workspaces or social spaces. So we could to speak to a therapist or like someone who's in psychology about how that really affects you like in your day to day. I would love that. And then also a professional's opinion on like managing your stress, because I went to the doctor recently with like a list of things that were wrong with me. Like I had a sinus infection, my back was sore, like, and he was like, all of these things are just stress related. Manage your stress. Okay, cool, but what do you mean?
Yeah.
Like I'd like to speak to someone about practical ways to like manage your stress. What does it look like? And like, okay,
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I'd love to do something like that.
That's a good idea. And also, yeah, I think just more episodes that our listeners can like take something from and implement in their daily lives.
Yeah.
So I think more of that, which is exciting. But then also we have like other plans for the BGG brand, which we're excited about. We just need a strat session, maybe us just to talk about it.
A good detailed strat session. We are so legit that we even have someone we are speaking with.
Yeah.
That's helping us plan everything. So we really have to get our gat in right, as my mother would say. For the year that's coming out. I think it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, but also Amber's moving to Joburg.
I'm moving to Joburg this weekend, guys. This weekend coming. The moves are coming tomorrow, so literally all that's in my room is just my bed, and everything else is like in boxes in the lounge.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm nervous for the move, but I'm really excited. I think it's going to be so fun. Even if I just stay for a year, if I stay for 2, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Yeah. And you're young enough to not know what's the future holds. I mean, you're only 28 now.
Yeah, 28.
You're only 28, so, and single, so you can make any decisions for yourself and be completely selfish about it.
Yeah. The only consideration I have right now is my dog, honestly.
Who's going with you?
Who's going with me?
So, he's going to live that Joburg life. So,
it's going to be a Santon boy.
Speaking of our dogs, so we know we promised everyone 2 vlogs before the end of the year. Not going to happen. But we are doing one.
Yeah.
And it's just a little insight into who our dogs are, because that's how we manage our stress.
Yeah.
We play with our dogs, and just the vlogs are just going to be a look at our lives. It's nothing, it's never, well, I won't say never, but at the moment, it's not anything like super like deep and insightful.
Yeah.
It's just a look at what we do in our day-to-day lives.
Mm-hmm.
I might do a gardening vlog one day, who knows?
I would actually love to watch your gardening vlog because I have no idea how to garden. I've got one plant in my flat that's growing now, and I'm so shocked at the basil plant just because I make so much pasta with basil.
And basil is, I advise people, well, I did on my Instagram at some point, I advise people that if you want to feel like a great gardener, just grow basil.
It is so tricky for me because I am the worst with plants. Like, but my basil's growing and it's fine, so I'm going to take that with me to Joburg.
I was going to say, is your basil moving to Joburg?
I'm so proud of it. My little 40 rand plant that I got, so it's moving with me.
How good for you. I will make that vlog.
I actually, if you have tips that I'm looking for, because I have an actual proper like private garden, I want to get one of those like those wooden like planters, you know, it looks like a little bookshelf vibe. I want to get one of those and just get like mint and dhania and parsley or whatever.
Yeah, I do have to. I was going to give you all the tips now. The Brown Girl's Guide to Gardening.
Kelly's frothing at the mouth.
But we can have an offline conversation about that. But then maybe I will do a vlog on it as well.
I would absolutely watch
I'll do a vlog on it as well. I think we should alternate vlogs. Like you do a vlog one week or one.
Yes.
And then I do a vlog, and then we alternate.
Yeah.
Releasing those vlogs.
Like this doggy one now, well, for me, it's going to be probably some in Cape Town, and depending on when we release it, some like as we're settling in into the new flat. But so far, I've got like Archie waking up, him having his treats, him eating, a little day in the life.
My dogs just sleep. I have a little bit, no, I'm lying. I have video of them like when we play in the yard of the ball and stuff. So yeah,
that's cute. Yeah.
So we'll release that, and that is really our next big project. It's just like just getting the vlog started, and then lots of behind the scene things that we're working on.
For sure.
So yeah, and I think this is going to be a very short episode, so we're going to wrap it up. And just like thank you everyone for like motivating us. I don't know if you saw on Facebook. I don't know how often you're on Facebook. But yesterday, a memory came up, and a year ago yesterday, we announced that we're launching a podcast.
Oh my God!
So it's officially been a year, and everyone, we've had a great support system, like from
100%.
Our parents to our bosses to our friends and our family. So it's been awesome, and thank you guys for listening, and we will see you and chat to you in the new year.
In the new year.
So, bye!
Bye!